Well, you know how it usually goes. I'm gonna roll into town and do a walking tour as I'm trying to get my supplies that I need. So I just need 3 days of food for the trail and food for tonight. I'm gonna try to find some food and see what Lake City has to offer. There we go. Interesting story, probably not. Because I was down here last September to Lake City. I was going to go try to summit a 14er in Compadre, but that 14er was more successful than the steamboat that weekend. But I do remember I pulled into this little service station here, get some gas and stuff. That's like, thought all that Lake City was this service station and the grocery mart back there. But there's actually a lot to it. So I'm glad I got to hang out here and see a little more Lake City, a little more Colorado. Glad I got to walk by the service station and just watch these people hose out these little like super bugs. Fun. Back at the Silver Spur. I've got all my things kind of like all over the place. It's kind of how it looks, you know, when a hiker just like rolls into a little motel room, just like things all over the place, one seat or another. So just got to get everything organized. So I'm just kind of cruising around Lake City, seeing what there is to see. I'm back on the main highway. A couple of kids just like kind of cruise by and ask me, they're on their bicycles. Gotta love kids, you know, because they're just gonna go ahead and ask you like what's going on. So I'd felt myself crossing the street, and I guess they'd seen me, and so they like kind of came up and like, why'd you put the camera in the street? I was like, you know about the Colorado Trail? And they're like, yeah. I was like, cool, I'm hiking it and I'm making a video. And then they did like a jump over a berm and then like skidded out on the gravel looking all cool. Really appreciate that. One thing that's really neat is there's a lot of these old like Victorian houses, and a lot of them have like little placards out in front of the house to give a little bit of history of the place. Quite a few of these buildings have them here, and so there's like a little Presbyterian church, a lot of Victorian houses, things from like late 1800s, kind of like when Colorado became a state, and a lot of history here in Lake City. What's weird about Lake City now is that there's a huge Texas influence. But I'm just killing time right now. I'm just gonna head back over to the bar to get my burger, since I didn't want to wait around there. There's all these Texans just like drinking beers. So that's where I'm at.
Fundamental principles, one of which is what we're doing here, right, with mass.
Just checked out of my motel. Still here in Lake City. I'm gonna go try to find some breakfast before I head up the trail. So we'll see what I find. I've successfully made it back to the Spring Creek trailhead. Local in Lake City named Michael, a local photographer, picked me up. Said it was getting kind of slow there at the gallery, so I decided to take a little break and go for a hike. So it was nice of him to come up here and drop me off. It's super cool. Feeling good. My leg's a little swollen and stiff, but it feels okay to walk on once I get moving. hopefully that remains the case. So it looks like I just got to walk this little like scar of a trail, get on going, see what we find.
I know it's around here somewhere. I just need somebody's knife to stab it with.
I was getting salt out to the
Oh,
cows.
gotcha.
Yep.
Nice. It's a nice way to meet people, have a good time, be nice.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a hiker too, so like I know what it's like to get some help once in a while, helping her.
I see. How many is that?
How many people?
Yeah, and that little kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just decided to do like kind of an on-trail zero. I did an arrow into town yesterday, just kind of calculating averages for the rest of the trip into Durango. So I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I know that it's completely manageable and something that I can do. So it's been really cool just hanging out with the people here. A lot of hikers kind of rolling through, some people hanging around, some people just walking through. But either way, it's like a real good like social recharge. It was cool like kind of hanging out in Lake City and seeing some hikers that I hadn't seen in a while. There's a J in my food. Get. Ross putting together a little kind of video hiker yearbook for this little bubble that is kind of existing around Trail Magic City. I'll put the link in the description, so be sure to check that out. It's pretty cool.